What's going on, fellas? So I think it's about time I chimed in on this looks, money, status debate that a lot of guys are having, or a lot of guys, especially with the looks part, a lot of guys seem to not think it matters. A lot of dating coaches actually say and tell guys that looks don't matter at all to women, and that's complete horseshit. And I just want to make that abundantly clear that that is complete bullshit. Looks, money, status always play a role when it comes to getting girls. When it comes to getting women, those are the three top superficial, if you want to call it, categories that they're looking at. Even if you can sit here and make an argument and say that, oh, well, this ugly guy here has a lot of game and he finessed this chick and he got her, so that means that looks don't matter. No, that's not the case. Game is a totally different thing. Looks, money, status, that's strictly face value. That's just the surface level shit. That's what gets you in the door. So of course looks matter, because I guarantee you he might have just caught her on the right day. He might have caught her at the right moment. It could have been the right setting. Maybe the lights was off, so she didn't see how bad looking he really was and actually gave him time of day. Because hoes out here are freaking ruthless, and if you aren't up to par with their standards, and the thing that really kills me is, and you'll hear this come from out of women's mouths, and this is how you know it's complete bullshit, because they'll say, oh, well, I'm looking first for personality when it comes to looking for guys. I don't care about looks. Well, how the fuck does that make any sense? You can't see personality. When you see a guy and you think he's attractive, you looking at his looks. Or what else are you seeing? What else do you observe from a distance or something? You can see him mingling with friends to show his status, level. Oh, his popularity, he has friends. You can see him driving a Beamer. You can see him in a Mercedes. You can't freaking see his fucking personality. That's complete bullshit. That's how you know lies come out of their mouths, because that's just the stupidest crap I ever heard. Yeah, so I just really don't want to hear that shit, y'all. So I think it's just hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious to me when guys will tell me that, and they'll give some type of proof that this coach said this coach said that, but then they'll say, oh, well, you're supposed to have the confidence in you, or wake up with this some type of motivation to get better and do better, and I'm living my best life type shit. Like, it just seems so superficial. Like, it's just fake to me, because you can't just, say you're something and then be it. You're gonna have to work at it, repetition, for it to become something that sticks with you, so you can implement it on a day-to-day basis. I told you before, 21 days before something becomes a habit. When I first realized this kind of superficial, that how this shit exists in the real world. First off, y'all, if y'all ain't checked social media, so I don't know where the hell y'all been at on planet Earth if y'all ain't checked social media, see all these IG thoughts, and all they do is make bands from flashing pics of their ass when they're at the gym. That's the most superficial shit I've ever heard of. You made a whole career out of your life from being an IG thought, and you're telling me that looks don't matter. Shut the hell up. But when I first realized this, I was probably about 17 years old, going to the club for the first time, all right? And I was dancing with a chick. I literally hopped on her and I started dancing, and she was throwing it back. She stopped like after 3 seconds, and then turned around and looked at me up and down, and then was like, okay, and then kept going. So you mean to tell me if I was some ugly dude that she didn't find attractive, you best believe she would have just dipped, or she would have swerved my ass and made me look dumb as hell. That's the truth. Now let's head to the money part. This is actually a different aspect. Obviously, we got gold diggers out there, so you got to be wary of those. But the main thing here, I'm really looking at the guys. I don't really care. Money standpoint, of course somebody's going to be attracted to money. I'd be attracted to a woman with some money, maybe, but not really the main thing when it comes to men, because we want our own shit. That's not a man's mentality to be, a house dad. You don't hear terms like a house dad. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a man's objective in life to get his own shit, to establish his own legacy. So, it's not something that we really worry about. But so looking at a guy's aspect, this is one thing I do not respect at all when it comes to guys. and that's money. One of my friends back in college, a silver spoon dude. So what that pretty much means is that his parents got money and essentially blessed him with whatever he asked for. One thing I noticed about him was the first thing that he would do every time he got drunk and started talking to a chick, he would automatically bring up money some kind of way. Like, I remember playing beer pong with this dude, and you know, he's a white guy, so when white people get drunk, they just do some crazy shit. So another dude, random white dude we didn't even know, bumps into the beer pong table, flips it over, and then my friend's like, yo, if you can backflip over this table, I will give you $500. And that's only half the money I have in my pocket. And they just started laughing and stuff. Like, he was trying to flex for all the females in the room or whatever. You know, I don't really support that kind of mentality because it's weak to me. If you think that you have to get, you know, money to get women, that's just the low. I just feel like that's the weakest game. It's not game at all, but it's just weak to me. You need money to feel like you can get a girl. You can't use your own charisma. You can't, you know, serenade a chick. You can't seduce a chick in order to get, you know, with her. You have to flash your money. You know how weak that is? And of all the three, looks, money, status, if you're looking at them objectively, that's the lowest percentile, I would think, of successful women. And you ask why? It's because, yeah, you got the money, so the chicks are gonna come up. But think about this. First off, they ain't gonna wanna do anything pretty much with you. Number one, they're just gold diggers because you're attracting them with money. So as soon as your money leave or they get what they want out of it, they're gone. So let's say, okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, Mr. Money Guy. Let's say that this chick wasn't just after your money. Let's say that she wanted to see what you were about more than just your money. She saw that you were driving a McLaren and she was like, okay, well, let's see, you know, if this could turn into something. Well, guess what happens? When she gets out on a date with you and she tries to, you know, start a conversation or whatever and figures out that you just a lame, that you can't hold frame, that you ain't got shit to talk about but how much money you got, do you honestly think you can be able to keep that chick? Is she gonna drop them draws if you don't know how to seduce her? No, you have no talk game. All you have to talk about is money and your assets or whatever. So that doesn't coincide with her. So at this point, you just label yourself, okay, I'm gonna buy your steak dinner. You might be able to get a Gucci purse or two out of me, and then, you know, hopefully I'll get a chance to get to play. But if I don't, that's fine because I just got a bunch of money. They're gonna just use you. The most important one I would think is status. Status is something that you can keep a girl around with. Looks, you still get, you know, the door in, but at the same time, you still might not have game. You still might not be able to finesse a chick. So it'll be hit or miss with some of them. But I think a status guy, if he's mainly looking at his status and he's using that to his advantage, he'll be able to pull entourage of chicks. He'll be able to, you know, consistently have a pool of chicks. He might not be able to add them to rotation as much as he would like. If you're just looking at him singularly, he'll be able to pull more and maintain more than the other two. Especially the guy with the money. If you the guy that just flashes the money, I don't know what to tell you, bro. You need to study up on something. You need to learn some new traits, some new moves, and, you know, get some shit going because you will not be able to, you know, thrive off of that. There's plenty of people with just money out there. You're gonna need to be well-rounded in order to really succeed if you're trying to get, you know, a bunch of women. It's not gonna be advantageous for you just to have money and, you know, live off of that. I would hope that you would want more than that anyway. And not to put the bash on a guy with looks. Any guy with looks, you do get your foot in the door, so that's a good thing. It's good, especially in the sense if you're not looking for a relationship, if you're not trying to do anything that means anything deeper than just sex, it'll be strictly face value, obviously, though. So, you know, if you don't have game, if you're not able to keep her interest, if you fall off and you display a lot of beta traits, you're gonna slacken that because that'll drop her interest a lot very quickly. So If you got the looks and you don't got the game, make sure you tighten up on the game. Anyways, guys, I think that's pretty much it for my damn rant on that. I had to put this in here real quick, so I'm gonna get back to the requests right after this video. Don't worry about it. I had to interject because I just had somebody, kind of make some segue, and I thought they had shot at me, so, I had to put my little 2 cents in there, so forgive me for that. But anyways, y'all, anybody who tell you looks don't matter is completely full of shit. Any nigga that's flashing money and that's the only way he gets chicks is weak as hell. And a guy with status, that's pretty much the best way you got if those are one of the 3 categories that you're looking at. But overall, guys, I hope you look into overall improve your game and improve the way you talk to women, finesse women, maintaining high interest, etc. So, guys, continue to work on yourselves. 21 days to make something a habit. You can change yourself. You can make yourself better every single day. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Deuces.